Namaste, shalom, salam, everybody. It's winter, and I've just got my new winter coat and my new hat, which is keeping me nice and warm for winter, and I'm just about to go out. But before I go out, I need to talk to you about what happens when you go out and you mix with people socially. Now, I had an incident which happened on Saturday, and I was with my friend, and we were having dinner, and then somebody I knew came over and said, come and join us for a drink after. We went, sat down, there were 3 guys, and me and my friend and another girl. And this guy starts talking to me quite pleasantly. Now, I'm an ascended master, so I feel frequency and energy. And I really didn't even hear his words. All I could make out was a frequency, and it was... And it hurt my ears. I'm not saying that because his words were fine, he was sweet, but the frequency, what he was, which is in the voice of somebody, I felt it. I'm that sensitive to energy and frequency. I'm now in complete alignment with energy and frequency. To the point where I had to turn like this and pretend to talk to the person next to me. And then I had to get up and said, I need to get a drink. And someone said, you have one? I said, well, I want some water. I got up. I went to get some water. And my friend was with me. I said, I need to leave. And we left. Now, they were all a little bit shocked. I'm like, look, we really have to go somewhere else. The other place we went to, we sat down talking. A guy slid next to us. And he said, did you girls watch Miss World? Don't ask Sophia that. And I said to him, well, no, because I don't think beauty should be judged. And he said, how old are you? I said, what difference does that make on my opinion? Then he asked me another silly question, where are you from? And I said, listen, I'm with my friend and we're having a conversation, so do you mind? And he was then quiet and was just staring at me. And I looked at him for a second, then I removed my gaze. I said, I'm not comfortable with you staring at me, please move. He moved and continued to stare at me. Now, what I felt his energy. And I felt that he wanted some sort of engagement with me because he's not a being of light. He wanted my light. And the way they get your light is by you giving them attention and caring about what they're saying and empathizing or sharing joy, or a conversation where you lock into their energy. And that's what you do when you have a conversation. You generally lock into the other person's energy, and there's an exchange of energy. Words are an exchange of energy. True. But I was so aware that, in fact, it sounded rude to him. I said, are you okay? And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, you're asking very strange questions and you can't stop staring at me. Are you on drugs? At which point he looked at me shocked. And I have come to the point where I have zero tolerance to low energy. Yay! Shouldn't we all? I have a zero tolerance to low energy. And he left us alone. But what I'm saying to you is we are at a wonderful time where the beings of light have claimed back our energy. Woohoo! The dark side have lost. But there are those other beings who cannot survive without your attention. Say it again. There are beings that cannot survive without your attention. So they will do what they can. They'll get you engaged in conversation that actually you have no real interest in. That's when you know my energy is being siphoned, because you know in your heart and your gut that you don't want to take part in this conversation. So I ask you now to remove yourself from situations like that, because they're coming in. This is you. This is the one who has no energy. Let's make you bigger and brighter. And then they come in. Hi. Did you watch Miss World? No, don't talk to me. And then he's staring at me. Trying to latch on. The only way he can latch on is if I engage. Did I engage? No, not engaging. Bye. Turning around. Away from my field of attention. He eventually goes back and disappears. Woohoo! So, the Dark Ones have realized that they no longer have any more power. And the only way they can get a little bit of it is with your attention. And you know who they are. It might even be your best friend. But you've been friends for a long time because you've been friends for a long time. So you carry on being friends. But you can cut those things off. I have done. And anything that does not serve you, anything that does not make you feel good, anything that you don't want to engage in, like a conversation you're having and you're like, this conversation it's nothing. It doesn't do anything. You know, somebody talking to me about, did you watch Miss World? And I'm like, well, no, I don't believe in judging beauty. Already, we're not on the same vibration. You judge beauty, you watch those shows with a placid mind, like a robot. Oh, look, there's Miss World. Oh, look. And you know, we're awake. The awake ones are like, are we going to sit down and watch people judging beauty? Yes, they're all beautiful, but I'm beautiful and you're beautiful. And a woman in the middle of the forest with a million wrinkles is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. So no judgment, please, on that. So the difference being is that when you kind of get in a situation where you're like, don't want to be taking part in this conversation, or I don't want to be standing here, I'm here for too long, leave. And if you don't want to leave and you need to be there, whether you're with a friend, you tell the other person to back off. I don't tend to do it politely anymore. I'm just stating a fact. So I will either leave, as I did in the first situation. I was quite polite. The second situation, I was like, you know, I'm with my friend. And if you didn't get it the first time, then I'm like, you're a bit strange. What's wrong with you? And in fact, I don't think that was a bad thing to do, because I 100% knew that person was a dark energy. And I could feel he was trying to latch on at any point just to grab a little bit of my beautiful light. And that's what happens to you. And you can stop it, as you know, and as I've just told you. So you stop it immediately. As soon as you stop it, my dear ones, is when your power gets stronger, because you're reserving your light for yourself and for those other people of light. I hope that my wonderful dinner with my friend out has given you something, because life is our teacher. And when you're completely in touch with your true feelings and your body, you will start to feel energy and frequency. You won't even hear words, you'll know the frequency. And you'll only be with the frequency that makes you grow and glow like a bright light that you are. The rest of it just cannot enter your field of attention. I love you. Sat Nam, Namaste, Shalom, Salam. I love you. Mwah.